welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacqueline Edwards, and it is such a pleasure to be back on camera again, to be back to sharing life lessons with you. I know it's been a while, over a year since I posted my last video, so thank you so much for your patience and your understanding. It's been a very busy season. I'm working on my master's in pastoral studies and digital communication. So that in itself and working full time have kept me really, really busy. So again, I thank you so much for your patience. Now, I want to reintroduce myself to you again. My name is Jacqueline, and I am from the beautiful Portland, Jamaica. So let me plug it just a little bit. It is just beautiful. It is the most green and lush and full of fruits and vegetables, and the people are just warm and friendly. So if you're looking for a wonderful getaway, please go and visit Portland. It's Portland, Jamaica. Okay, so um I just want to place to share with you what God has placed on my heart in this season. And I have to be honest, I have not been obedient. This is something that He gave me a message to share over a year ago. But as I said, I've been in school and just doing different things, just traveling different places. I had to, things I had to do that get in the way. But I'm so happy now to be here with you and to deliver this message to you. And I hope that it will be a blessing. So, what He has given me to talk about is the parable of the wheat and the tare. And before I get into that, there are a couple things I want us to kind of think about before I do that. And one of the things I want to talk about is how it's important to remember. How important it is to remember, right? As I share with you that I am from Portland, Jamaica, and my experience as a little girl, the things I experienced have really shaped the woman I am today. My love for nature was shaped from living in Portland, Jamaica. My love for fruits, my love for flowers, my love for nature, my love for just being by the river, just all these things I did as a little girl, and I still do that to this day. But it's so important to remember the things that bring you joy, the experiences that bring you joy, and not only to remember them, but to make sure that we're making time to do them. It's not a thing that we put off to the side like, yeah, every now and then. No, it's really vital to really make a conscious effort to do the things that we love, right? And so as you can see, most of my videos are in nature. Most of my videos are, when I'm around trees or flowers. It's just what it is. Nature brings me so much joy. It brings me so much peace. And it just reminds me of God's gift to us. I'm looking at a bird. Oh my God. Oh. Nature just reminds me so much of God's mind, how creative God is, and how much He loves us, how much He loves us, how much He gives us to look at, that we will never be bored once we're in nature, because there's always something so intricate to figure out, something to really appreciate. There's always a flower to smell, the different type of birds. There's just so much things. There's stillness in the water. Like right now, I'm looking out at, I think this is the Potomac River. I'm looking out at Maryland. I'm in Virginia looking at Maryland. I mean, how amazing this is, So God is just amazing. And it's important for us to take time to savor the goodness of everything that He creates, no matter what's going on in our lives, But I share that just to say that my appreciation for nature started as a little girl. And so again, I want to talk about how important it is to remember. And this will come back up later, as I am talking about my story and how this parable of the wheat and the tare manifested my life, and how it gave my life meaning, how it gave my life, how it gave me understanding, you know. So I'm gonna be talking about this, and as I said, that you will see how I had forgotten um my love for nature, especially when hard time comes sets in, right? When the challenge, when trauma happens, I'm gonna show you how I had forgotten my love for nature. I had forgotten the things that brought me joy. So again, just really think about remembering, remembering those moments as a child, the things that brought you joy, the things that brought you fulfillment. And my question is, have you forgotten those things, you know? Have you forgotten? So this is where we're gonna go. It's gonna be a series. As I said, I'm gonna come back on and just talk about. I'm gonna flesh out the wheat and the tear and how this really add meaning to my life and how I understood it. Not so I understand how Jesus interpreted and what he shared with his disciples, but I'm gonna share to you how it made meaning to my life. And that's another thing too I want to talk about. The next thing is, how do you make meaning of things? How do you make meaning of things, right? What are the stories we tell ourselves about things that happen, you know? And so we can revisit those stories, right? And see the meaning that we make from it. Was it the right meaning? Can we look at certain things differently, you know? So this is the series I'm going to be doing, and these are some of the topics I want to talk about, and we're just going to have such a really, really good time just seeing God in the story, that God is always in the story, you know? So I just say stick with this, and I hope that you come with an open heart and an open mind to just hear what God have to say to you, and some of the things that you can take away and just really make a decision to say, you know what? I'm going to do the things I love. I'm going to make time to do the things I love, because it's in those moments that we see that God has been there. He has always been there. He has always, always been there. So this is what we're going to do. I thank you so much for your time. In my next session, we'll pick up with the parable of the wheat and the tear, and we will just read it slowly, and we will just go through that. And then as I'm going through, I will share with you what the Lord has revealed to me for you. So thank you so much for watching. It's such a blessing again to be here with you and to share what God has in store for you. So thank you and have a wonderful, blessed day. Awesome. Ta for now.